Hey, what's up, friends? Want to take jaw-dropping photos with just your iPhone? In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to frame, shoot, and edit like pro right on your phone. Let's make your pics pop. Stick around. Let's find a subject for our photo. All right, what can we find here? Okay, let's get closer. Now let's try to find the right angle. Switching to the iPhone screen, here we activate the exposure adjustment for the camera. Now, we visually choose should the photo be darker or lighter. We try to fit everything into the frame. Okay. Hold the phone so the horizon line stays level without tilting. Looks decent. Done. Now, let's edit the photo on the phone. For bright photos, I usually lower the highlights. I brighten the shadows. And I'll lower the exposure. The sun has brightened everything too much. And a bit more adjustment with the shadows. Just like that. Now, let's add some color. It's like a painter's canvas, using the saturation and bit of vibrance. And we'll make the photo warmer. Now, let's go to the crop tool and cut out anything unnecessary that got into the frame. Yes, here's what we've got. And here's the final result. All right, let's find the next shot. How about we take this one? Switching to the iPhone. We adjust the same settings as in the previous photo. We're not copying. Each setting is adjusted specially for this shot. Make something unique. Your vision, your art. Highlights. Then shadows. Saturation. Vibrance. And let's add a touch of warmth. Now, let's go to crop. Here, we also have the option to straighten the frame if it came out tilted. Seems okay. And that's it. Let's move on. Since we have a boat theme today, let's shoot this one too. The lighting is the same as before, so the photo editing will be quick and similar to the previous ones. Highlights. Next, shadows. Let's turn down the brightness a bit. Let's add saturation. Also add vibrance. And make it warmer in the settings. Let's crop out the unnecessary parts, but keep the reflection in the water. It's like the spirit of the boat accompanying it on its voyage. And for the final step, let's add a slight vignette. Let's make it a bit different from the usual. Yeah, that works. If you haven't fallen asleep, let's continue our walk. Not bad. Oh, and why not? Let's take a photo of this bridge and make it famous. Here we can reduce the exposure a little bit and make the clouds above the darker, I'd say even dramatic looking. First, we process the image by gently reducing the exposure. Next, we lower the highlights, darkening the clouds for a richer effect. Lighten the shadows. I checked the black point out of curiosity, but with our current settings, it doesn't quite fit. Then we boost the colors and warm up the tone. Add vibrance. Adding warmth. After that, we tweak the definition, sharpening the bridge against the sky to make it pop. Finally, we switch to crop, framing the photo just right. And that's the picture we end up with. Next shot, we'll take it right here. Let's see what the view from the bridge looks like. Well, sticking to the theme of rural landscapes. I think it'll be more interesting this way. Let's try it this way. We're starting with highlights, just like before. And don't forget about the shadows, just like that. Adding some color to the spring vibe. Vibrance. Making it a bit warmer. Video from the iPhone screen. It doesn't quite show the colors right, compared to when you look at the phone itself. That's kinda weird. And we can also work a bit with the vignette. Okay, let's make it a little darker. crop a bit. And now let's see what we've got. This is how it was, and this is how it turned out. Continuing our walk, let's see what might work for the next photo. Yeah, okay. I really like this view. Just needs a little fine tuning. Let's refine it a bit. A bit closer. Let's make the exposure lighter. Yes, closer. And here's what we've got. Now let's move on to the editing. Let's try reducing the brightness a bit with exposure. But no, it's better to add some contrast with brilliance. Something like that. Next, highlights. A little. Then shadows. What about brightness? No, let's leave it as it is. Moving on to saturation. Let's add some color. And a touch of vibrance too. And of course, let's add some warmth. Then crop. Just a bit here, and it's done. This is how it turned out. Let's keep searching for objects to photograph. How about this church? Let's give it a try. And now processing. We'll start with highlights. Let's make the sky richer. Now, With brilliance, let's try to make the church brighter. Yes, we'll leave highlights as they are. Let's reduce the shadows a bit. And let's make the church more contrasty. Also, let's lower the brightness slightly. I'd like to emphasize it more, but this option won't help. Let's add some saturation too. Add vibrance. And make it as warm as possible. Let's see how it looks with vignette. No, let's leave it as it is. But I'd like it a bit darker. Now, we'll use exposure for the final touch. Next, crop. Here, we'll remove the road. Like this. Let's check distortion correction. No, we'll leave it as it is. Here's what we've got. And here behind us are trees straight out of a fantasy movie. This could make a pretty good shot. Let's adjust the exposure a bit, like this. We'll start with brilliance, crank it to make. Highlights. Something like this. Next, shadows. Saturation. Vibrance. And how could we skip the warmth? Let's turn it up even like this. And here, vignette will definitely fit perfectly. Let's push it to the limit. Now, crop. See how the left corner of the house is tilted? That's a distortion from wide-angle lenses. Let's try to fix the distortion. This'll do. And here's the result. To wrap up our photo session, let's add a touch of spring flowers. This spot isn't very photogenic, but we'll give it a shot. Now let's move on to the editing. We'll reduce highlights almost to the maximum. It's not so easy for me to adjust setups on the phone screen with my finger. Shadows, let's lighten them by about a third. Black point, no, it doesn't work here. And of course, let's add saturation. We'll add vibrance too. And also some warmth. Then we'll apply vignette. Moving on to crop. Yes, I'd like more vignette, but it's already at the max. We shot this on the iPhone 16 Pro and edited it right there too, using the standard iOS 18.3.